OCO, OCO, having trouble here. Sorry about that. Having trouble with this signals and everything else. I apologize. Welcome to Straight Up and Forward and America's Last Stand. America's Last Stand on Facebook and also here on YouTube, Straight Up and Forward. And that's the way I like it, just straight up and forward. I just wanted to let everyone know that keep an eye out. Have a video that will be coming up here in maybe within the next few days because having trouble with my editor. But as soon as that gets done, I'll upload it and share it with y'all. A lot of major events happening now, and even worse coming. Oh boy, don't we just want to hear worse? Yeah, but look at it this way: it is better to just put it out there and and just say it like it is. Let everyone know what's going on and let people decide whether they want to believe or don't believe or not do anything and or do something about it or whatever, right? I am not no fancy pants TV show host. I'm just an old fart, that just likes to tell it the way it is and share my thoughts and opinions and commentaries and all this, with all of you and encourage you to share your thoughts. Even, if you disagree and share that even. And if you want to come up on the panel, you're welcome to. Now, I'm not going to be on long. All this I'm doing is letting you know what's coming up. And I want to share something with you. Now, some of you already know this, and there's some of you who do not. Well, I'm going to share this with you. Here it is.
USA gives the World Health Organization authority to lock it down and establish a health dictatorship. Things happen secretly behind the scenes that we often don't know about. Things that dramatically impact your freedom. For instance, unless you watch this channel, you are probably unaware that on March 1st, the globalists used the Russian invasion of Ukraine like a smokescreen to invade the sovereignty of all the nations on earth. During that time, the United Nations met to draft a proposal, a pandemic treaty, to give the World Health Organization emergency powers over the nations. This treaty increases the WHO's suffocating power to declare unjustified pandemics, impose dehumanizing lockdowns, and enforce expensive, unsafe, and ineffective treatments. All of these things against the will of the people. On May 22nd of this year, they are going to vote on this proposal that essentially can give the World Health Organization unilateral powers to order lockdowns in any nation and take emergency powers from the nations. This is all part of the UN's plan for 2023 to take all power and all sovereignty from the nations and establish a system of global governance.
Now, I could share more, but that was all I'm going to put up because of time. And I just wanted to give you that little tidbit there. Now, apparently, our leaders here in this country have decided, oh, heck with May 22nd. Let's do it for our country. We're in for it. Yeah. Yeah, and you see what happened in China? That's what this World Health Organization wants to do. And could you imagine what would happen here if they pull that stuff like they did in China, trying to do that here? Can you imagine what will happen? Well, or take Sri Lanka. What's happened there? It's coming here, folks. I'm telling you. You know, if you don't have to believe me, you can stay in Disneyland or Disney World and live in fantasy land, or you can just wake up, smell the coffee, and do something. Now, the thing is, rioting ain't gonna get you nowhere. All it'll do is get you hurt, you know, and get your loved ones hurt. Or you know, violence begets violence. You know, if you start it and do it, then it's gonna happen to you. You know, that's just the way it is. You reap what you sow. It's like you say, karma will bite you and bite you big time. So you trust me on this. Some of the stuff that I will be covering is I'm going to kind of throw everything in together. You know, it'll probably be like a 6, 7 parter or anything, because I mean I'm covering a lot on it. Coming in, even in covering mega churches, you name it, and the upcoming events that not only impact the world, which we're a part of the world here, but will also impact this country and concerning us very heavily. And there's some sources I cannot disclose at the time, at the moment, or whatever, but the stuff that's coming is major. So, like I said, I can't be on here long because I hear in just about 10 minutes I gotta get busy and taking care of the animals here on the old homestead. Yeah! But but the events that I will be covering on the upcoming videos to come is, like I said, major events. And some of the stuff that's coming. Now, trust me, I don't believe in fear mongering. But but a person should always be uh, aware of what's coming and always prepare accordingly. Like I said, always say, pre, you know, pray and hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Then it's covered, right? You know, and like like someone says, well, if it don't happen, cool, you're still prepared. But the thing is, these things will be coming, and it ain't pretty, folks. It's just not pretty. Um, yeah, you can tell from the South, live in the South, from Arkansas, but yeah, this stuff, it's a shame. You know, when this World Health Organization, WHO, the WHO, not the rock group, um, would prefer them before the World Health Organization, right? But I tell you what, you know, to hand over, you know, basically call it for what it is, a dictatorship over to a health organization. We've seen how they handled all this other stuff. They messed it up. And so now we're going to end up eventually something else comes up, or they invent something, whichever it may be. We would get the same thing as what China's got. And they're all for it. They think China is doing the right thing. Yeah, let's let's just put the kibosh on them, and they can lump it and leave it. And meanwhile, while we got them all locked up, we can do our takeover. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing is, now I'm not gonna sit there and give you a bunch of crap and use a bunch of fancy words with you. All right. You know, I'm just gonna come out and tell you straight up. Now, some sources I will share with you, okay, but there's some that I cannot for obvious reasons, but I will eventually when uh, I'm allowed to. But the thing is this stuff is big, 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 big. So I would suggest one thing, as the old folks used to would say, get your house in order. In other words, get yourself prepared. Uh, because all the stuff that's coming on, it ain't good. Take care, cover your grounds on food, water. You know, when it really hits bad, shelter or whatever. However you're going to arrange that. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube that you can check all those sources out and all this about whether you got a backyard or no or what, growing your food indoors or out or whichever, and having a cache somewhere, a food cache somewhere, and all this. Get up on your medicines, your medical aid kits and stuff, and your water. That's very important. You don't want to forget that. And but anyway, you want to be prepared and understand that this isn't 10 years ago. This is now. You can sit there and say, well, I heard this stuff before and stuff. Yeah, that was before. What was before was then. This is now, the now. But all those people back in the day that might have been off a little bit when they were trying to, what do you call it, predict or whatever, and stuff, people laughed at them. But a lot of what they said didn't happen then, but it's happening now. And that just don't even cover half of what's coming. Uh, and what's going on now with gas prices going up, I mean, it is really, really bad. Uh, but you're soon to be looking at $8 a gallon and possibly 11. If you get anywhere between $8 and $11 a gallon, you're talking about a complete breakdown. A lot of businesses will close down. All right, but that ain't no if, ands, and buts about it. A lot of companies and businesses will go bankrupt. It's just the facts of life. You know, and unfortunately, not everyone believes this, but there's a lot of them that do. Survival to the fittest. It's to the fittest. No, I don't. I don't apply to that way of thinking, because that kind of way of thinking is wrong. If you got a heart and a soul, a mind, a spirit, in other words, you don't apply to that way of thinking. Only people that have this nature to them that is, well, rotten to the core have that way of thinking. But with what's coming, hey, the neighbors that you thought you knew, uh, you're gonna see the worst side of them, and let us hope that ain't gonna happen to you. See, if you pray and hope for the best and prepare for the worst, then you're not gonna be acting like all them others. But you don't want to be in that boat, okay? So, you know, uh, like I say though, in the upcoming videos, I'm kind of throwing everything on the mega churches, upcoming events, and all this stuff. I'm just throwing it in all in the same thing instead of doing separate videos on it. But like I said, it'll probably be like a 7-parter, maybe a 6-parter, you know, because I can only upload maybe about 20 minutes, maybe 30 at the max at a time. Anything longer than that, it takes forever to upload. I don't have high-speed internet. Not everyone is blessed like everyone else. But yeah, and see now me, I've been, I already know about uh, surviving, living off the land, and well, not everyone knows that. Not everyone knows how to do all that, right? And but also I've been taking care of other things a little at a time as I can, because I mean I got a lot of stuff to do around here. But on food and all that, that's why I thought that I would do a little bit more with the like with the chickens and everything. And been thinking about quail, but I'm not for sure. I don't know about that yet. Got some thought about it, but got to think about it, thought about it. And that's, oh, dang. That's almost bad as a woke person. But, a person should always be prepared, no matter what. And always cover your ground. Always cover your ground and make sure, get a piece of paper out. Go, when you have time, go over, sit down with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your cousins, your dad, your mom, your uncles, whoever, and just sit down and make plans and cover those grounds. But you know, and hey, stock up on your canned meats, please. That's in canned vegetables and stuff. Your canned foods, please do that. But also your dry foods. Get your rice. And your beans, and on and on and on. Uh, like I said, I can't be on here long. In fact, here I'm going to have to close this off in just a minute. But I just wanted to just say, cover your grounds, be prepared. Just write out a list on things you're going to do, like on water and what have you, and do it. Don't just talk about it. Don't just, I'll think about it. Because the more you put things off, is the more crap's going to come upon you suddenly, and you're not going to be knowing what hit you until it's too late. So, always be prepared. Now, we wish that it would be, like before all this stuff, before Biden and all them, and all this crap. We really do, but I'll tell you this much. You keep your eye open. If you don't believe me, then that's up to you. But Biden is soon gonna, you watch. I'm telling you, he will end up being out of there. But no, not, and he ain't gonna be. No, I'm not talking about he gonna be out of there and replaced by Trump or not. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about an election. You watch. Something's fixing to happen to him. If you don't believe me, you watch. Just write it down, what I just said. And if it don't happen, then, you can poo-poo off everything else I say. All right, that he's going to get out, be ousted out. Uh, but when that does happen, guess who's going to be your president? Yeah, Miss Absent-Minded Professor of Woke and idiocy, the president of stupid, and that would be Kamala Harris. What a nightmare. Yeah. But anyway, just mark my word on it, all right? I'm telling you, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. But I'm telling you, really, seriously, I mean, that's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and you not take anything I say serious. But you watch. But there's a lot of stuff, the upcoming stuff that I wanted to share with y'all on some videos that I'm trying to get prepared. My editor on my tablet, which I have to use on it, is slow. That's why it's taking so long and all that. So, but I can only upload like 20, maybe 30 minutes at a time. I can't do like a whole hour or two on that on the uploads because I don't have high-speed internet. But all right, I just thought I'd give you a heads up on that, and I hope all is well, that you stay safe. You're in my thoughts and prayers, heart and mind. You're always there. I love you all, and I care about y'all. So take care, be blessed, and I will see you in the funny papers. Now you take care, and let me know how you're doing, and be sure to comment, share your thoughts. But anyway, I will see you later. Love you all. I hope. And wadope.